Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Jaybe Font channel. I'm your host, James Fauntleroy. So good to see all of you here. We are live in Orlando from the rally to free Palestine here. Of course, I am here with some supporters of the free Palestine. And this is one of the reasons why we're out here. It is a beautiful day, thankfully. And we're talking, we're here.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Yeah, we're here a little bit early, so it should be. The event starts in about 15 minutes.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
But they're doing mic checks right now. But there's a few people out here. I hope the turnout is a lot more larger. But as far as what's going on right now, it's good to see everybody that's here in the chat that's watching right now.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Ginger says, where is this being held? In Orlando, Florida, here at Lake Eola Park. Bluebird, yes, Orlando. Serena says, I got to find a local event near me, but I stuck at finding out as what's going on, as I live pretty much under a rock, and my brother doesn't want me to get shot. Yeah, you can look for different ones. Just search Free Palestine Rally and then your city. You could probably do something like that. So yeah. Good to see you. Sweary Ferry is also in here. Thank you so very much. Cobra Commander, thank you so much for joining. Claire Donaldson, thank you so very much. We are going to be safe out here. CBC voter, good to see you as well. Omar Rona says hello, everyone. Good to see you, Omar. Now, as far as the people who are, out here, they're out here for a reason. And it is a very legitimate reason, especially what we've seen over the last week or so regarding what's been going on in Palestine due to illegal occupation by means of Israel. I will be doing some interviews of people. I'm going to make sure if it's okay for me to speak with them. But yes, I want to get people's, primary reasons for being out here so that they are, so their voice is heard. Because the thing is that the corporate media is not going to tell you the entire truth. So first off, I have with me Cam. You are also a member of the RBN Orlando chapter. So why are you out here?
Yeah, I can't sit by and watch this country that I live in, pay my taxes to, and even work for directly, allow a genocide to happen. I'm just out here just to be here.
Yeah.
You gotta show that we don't stand for this.
Yeah.
So that's really why.
Yeah. So as far as what people are saying, because you have a lot of people who will say, well, Israel has a right to defend itself. What do you say to those type of claims as well?
I feel like, and Bobby Seale has said this, that the oppressor has no rights that the oppressed is bound to respect.
Okay.
So their occupation is not within the realm of respect that is owed by the Palestinians to them. Israel has a right to defend themselves from what? The consequences of their own occupation. They want that to stop, and they should probably stop occupying.
Okay. Yeah. So just for everybody who's watching, just to let you guys know, this occupation has been happening since 1948. Really, it was an agreement that was made between Zionists and the powers that be it the United Nations or in Britain, where they actually gave someone else's land over, to Zionists, basically, essentially. So unfortunately, because of that, the land was essentially stolen because somebody else said, oh, you can have it. So that's basically like me owning, it's like me owning something, and someone goes to somebody else and says, oh, you can have it. And it's like, who are you to tell me that I can't, that they can take something that's mine? You know what I'm saying? So that's basically essentially what it is. So as far as people saying, about regarding, I'm trying to purse my words very carefully here. They'll say something to the effect of, well, what about the violence that's being committed against Israelis? Um, they're saying that, well, Israelis are also being harmed. Somebody will say, well, what do you say to that?
Well, I mean, it sucks that anybody who is not prepared for combat
Hmm.
ends up getting hurt
Yeah.
by that combat.
Hmm.
But again, Palestinians have the legal right to
Hmm.
defend themselves against an
Yeah.
oppressor.
Hmm.
And considering all the other avenues of peace
Hmm.
that were denied by Israel,
Hmm.
how what do you expect?
Yeah.
Use the same example as so we're gonna get mad at Nat Turner for the people that he slaughtered being in the slave revolt. Like you want to ask people to not only condemn that, because that's what people do out here. They would ask you to condemn those actions,
Yeah.
and then also give more credence to the oppressor
Yeah.
being able to defend themselves.
Of course.
There's no way in hell I would ever say, oh yeah, Nat Turner's actions were wrong, and don't the slave owners have a right to defend themselves now? Like that's crazy. So
That's a good question. Yeah.
So that's how I answer that.
Okay. Very good. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why we're out here. I'm going to be speaking to other people while we're out here before it begins. Essentially about 15 minutes or so. As far as the reasons why people are out here is extremely important. Um, and so we're out here at the Orlando Amphitheater. So yeah, and the funny part is we're in Florida, and one of the things that a lot of times people will say, well, they have, if you have your own home, you have a right to stand your ground. The question is do people who are brown have a right to stand their ground? Do black and brown people have that right? From what we've seen, the answer from the collective West is really no. They don't have a right to stand their ground. And so we are told to just stand by and allow ourselves to be occupied and oppressed. And
Some
so,
places don't even have the right to show their support in a sense. Like you can't even support them standing your ground.
no. Yeah, of course. Even then, I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually lost a friend because of me standing up for Palestinian rights. And the thing is, like, either you're going to stand with the occupation or you're not. That's the question,
I ain't lost
So,
any yet. So
yeah, of course. So, yeah. So, as far as asking people, while they're out here, I think it's important. So yeah. Um, excuse me. I'm interviewing people as to why they're out here. Is it okay if I interview you? Sure. Okay. Hmm? You okay? It is video. Okay, it's okay. All right. So yes. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I do that. Hmm?
Camera doesn't have the face. She still has to.
Yeah. I mean, I can do it outside. I can point the camera at myself if that's okay. If you don't seem sure, then that's okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right. So, I have my own channel that I'm doing. I have it on YouTube, and I basically talk about things from a leftist perspective. And I have been talking about the issue regarding Israel-Palestine for a few months now, but more intensely over the last week. And as far as a lot of us, especially a lot of Black people, we have solidarity with Palestinians because of what they have been going through is really in line with what Black people have been going through. So, like for instance, I think it's in Gaza, they have a mural of George Floyd, right? And so it's because they see what we're going through. Plus, the IDF actually trains the police force here in the United States. And so that directly affects us, especially who are in this country. And on top of it, if you look at the rights of indigenous people within the country, the rights of indigenous people are basically being taken away. They were taken away like 500 years ago. The indigenous rights of Palestinians were taken away 76 years ago. And so the question is, do an occupied people have the right to defend themselves instead of just allowing an occupying force to take over? You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I'm out here. I'm also part of Revolutionary Blackout Network, and we're doing some mutual aid on the ground here too as well. So we do that too. So me and him, you know, we're part of a chapter. Yeah, we've had this.
I'm from Rio, but I know that I'm not like I'm right now. We're just watching this, but yeah. Okay, cool. Nice to meet you. My name is Sky.
Okay, nice to meet you. So yeah, so and the thing is like, for instance, so over there it says end the siege. So we have to end this because there's too many people who have died in this. It was over 500 Palestinian children that were murdered. You know, and you have to say it that way because a lot of times the corporate media will say, well, they were killed. And it's like, no, they weren't killed, they were murdered. Because if that siege from Israel hasn't happened, then they still be alive today. That's something that a lot of people really need to talk about as well. So just give me 1 second. So, and are you okay with giving out your name or no?
It's fine.
Okay. Just first name is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So hi, what's your name?
Ray.
Ray, nice to meet you, Ray.
Nice to meet you.
So just a question for the audience out here. What is your reason for being out here?
To support Palestinians and what's going on in Palestine right now. Israel has been killing people, kids, old ladies and old men, because what they're trying to do, especially killing people, kids, because they're trying to destroy the generation, the future generation. They know that the Palestinians have the rights, and they're fighting for their own land.
Yeah.
What's going on? That Palestine doesn't have army, right? They have a group of people who protect Palestine. Look at the difference between the bombing and the type they fight each other.
Yeah.
Other ones have the nuclear bombs, Air Force, and the other people, they only fight with stones.
Yeah, yeah.
So we here, to support them, to show them that stop that. Let's try to find different solution so we can both of them protect each other and have a better life.
Yeah. So just for people to know, and I just want to check the facts. Over 50% of all Palestinians are under 18, right?
That's right, under 18. There's a lot of different ages. But there's of course old people, they can't do nothing. Okay, they're sitting at home. However, the Israeli people, they're still attacking these people because they want to destroy the whole world of Palestine.
Yeah, yeah. So when people say that
so stay away from that speaker. No.
What would you say to people who say that Israel has a right to defend themselves? How do you answer that question?
No, 1, 2, 3.
To be honest, everybody has the right to defend themselves. Okay? Israel has the rights, Palestinians have the rights. However,
That's the proximity.
How old is Israel?
76 years
right.
old.
So Israel was born 1948 or 1967. Okay.
Let's check the one on the right.
If you
again.
check your Torah,
Stage left.
or you check your Bible, or you check the Holy Quran, it's always says Palestine.
1, 2,
They say
1,
Jewish,
2.
but it's Israel. Okay. Palestine has always been.
Can y'all hear me in the back?
Israel
your hands.
is
Beautiful.
a forced,
Wonderful.
occupied
Thank you.
country.
Yes.
They're taking the land from
Palestine, for his people.
Gotcha.
That was an agreement between British and United States
Mhm.
back in 1948.
Yeah, 1948.
Yep.
Hmm.
So that's why they can't find a place for the Jewish and the Israeli people.
Mhm.
That's why they choose Palestine.
Gotcha.
Okay. How old is it? It's just a new country
Hmm.
supported by different countries.
Hmm. By the Western powers.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
As far as what's been going on, also the violence against the Palestinians has been disproportionate from what I've observed. In fact, this has actually been shown all over the web, especially how many Palestinian people have been massacred, really, by Israeli forces,
Well, the Israeli forces.
and just over 500 kids alone were murdered in the last few days.
Last few days. That's right. I'm one of the family. There's a 19 people passed from our family.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, from the
Hello?
first day,
1, 2.
from the first
Mic
attack.
check.
Because I
Y'all
have
can
people,
hear me
I have
still?
family lives in Gaza.
In all the corners
Okay.
and all the
On the
angles.
first day of attack, I have
Yes.
19 people from my own
ABC,
family.
1, 2,
They passed
3.
on that day.
Natalia, how are we sounding? Thank you for the thumbs up.
I'm
Thank you,
sorry.
y'all. Much
I'm here
appreciated.
just to
We're
support
sounding
them.
good?
You know, I'm here to show
Keep
them that
going?
we're still
Okay.
alive.
Mic check.
We still
1,
didn't
2.
forget
Let's get
Palestine
close to
yet.
the speakers.
Okay.
See what happens.
And we support them as
Numbers
much as
still
we
looking
can.
good.
Okay. I
1,
didn't do
2,
anything
3.
crazy, but I'm here to support them.
ABC.
To
Mic
show
check.
that
Mic
there's something
check.
wrong over
I think
there.
it's still sounding
We have the
good.
right, and we
Even if I get a
will
little
always have the
far.
right to fight for our land.
Our
Yeah.
range is pretty good
I'm very
at every
sorry.
angle.
It's okay.
Yeah,
What
Are we still good?
and what the United
Cool.
States government is doing in our name.
Thanks for helping out,
What do you
y'all.
have to say
Thank you for
about
the
that?
crowd.
Well, what I heard, that's what the United States is sending forces to against Palestine, to Israel.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're supporting Israel and they're not supporting our country. Okay,
Mhm.
if you're supporting, you have to be fair. You
Yeah.
can't choose and pick and choose, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So Israel always the spoiled daughter to the United States.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, and no one thinks about Palestine. Why? Because they don't want Palestine anymore. They want to give a free country to Israel.
Hmm. Yeah.
Jewish always used to live with Muslims all the time.
Hmm.
It's a mixture.
Yeah.
Okay, Jewish doesn't have a country.
Hmm.
They live in Morocco,
Hmm.
in Libya, in Egypt, in Palestine, in Jordan. They are mixed between people.
Hmm.
They don't have a land.
Yeah.
But because what happened in the past, America and England, they joined together and they choose Palestine as the land to Israel.
Mhm.
That's why it's born back on
Hmm.
1948.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And that's some historical context that a lot of people don't realize is that some people will say, well, Israel was promised that land thousands of years ago.
No?
And the funny part is, and I've been hearing a lot of Hasidic Jews and Orthodox Jews have been saying that when the temple was destroyed in 70 CE, they were told to not even have a state anymore.
Yeah.
So the question is like, are they even going by what they were, commanded to, according to their holy book?
Check.
Sometimes
Check.
when big liars, they believe their lies, right?
Well,
That's what's going on.
Of course. Yeah.
You put a lie over there and you believe in the lie and they continue and they fight for this lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
If you know the history very well,
Hmm.
you will know who you need to support.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, I appreciate you,
Anytime.
talking to me about this, because the thing is that I think the audience really needs to be educated about this. Because we're always talking to people
Check.
who are
Check.
Israeli or Jewish,
Yep,
but
yep.
when
Is
it
it
comes
working?
to
No.
Muslims, Palestinians, Jewish Palestinians, Christian Palestinians,
Check,
people are
check.
not talking to
That's right.
them.
That's right.
And so I think this is really important. And I just want to thank you so much.
Anytime, man. It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure.
thank you. Free
And
Palestine.
thanks for you to come today and support us as well.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
And the solidarity with all of oppressed peoples around the world.
Thank you.
Definitely. So yeah, we're going to be talking to many people, out here, because it is so important for us.
Check.
So yeah, I'm going to be getting up and talking to more people if it's okay. I would like to talk to some more as to why they're out here. Just give me 1 second.
You have a copy or something?
Yeah.
What's the name of the channel?
Channel. His channel is called Jaybe.
JB Font, yes, yeah. So, yeah, it's
What I need to do?
oh, is it? Yeah, it's just you just go to YouTube. You have YouTube. Yeah. And then okay.
Hello.
So then
Check.
type in JAY.
Check.
BE FA UNT. All right, then you search. Yep, here I am.
This one?
Yep. That's me. And right now, here I am, live, right here. So yeah.
And then there's other channels attached, like the Revolutionary Blackout Network.
Yeah, I'm also.
Savvy Sab as well.
Yeah, they're
Because they're blocking all the videos.
yeah. So I talk about these things as well as what the United States is doing foreign policy wise across the countries. Like what's going on in, for instance, like Burkina Faso, Niger, countries like that. A lot of the Western nations are essentially being kicked out because of their imperialism. And so that's, something that I talk about a lot as well. I talk about this from a left perspective, because people are tired of being oppressed, right? If you guys know the history of Black people in this country, for 400 years we were oppressed.
And that's a completely different subject.
Yeah. And then the indigenous people here 500 years ago were done. What was done to the Palestinians was done to the indigenous people on this land 500 year ago.
And happened to the Aboriginal back in Australia as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
The
Aboriginal.
Aboriginal. Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
They were chasing them like rats.
Yeah. And so, this settler colonial project that constantly happens, and it's no wonder that what is going on in Palestine was encouraged by settler colonial states, right? Like the United States, like Britain. You have Spain, like what happened with Belgium. I mean, 10 million Congolese people were murdered in Belgium.
All right, we're gonna start some chants.
Yeah, it was worse than the Holocaust. I mean,
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Gaza! We want to make sure that we are safe, but the most important part is centering our people. Are we all clear on that? Yeah. All right, cool. Is Ahmed here yet? Okay. So I think we should get our program started. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Gaza, don't you cry! Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Palestine will never die! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Not a nickel, not a dime! Not a nickel, not a dime! No more money on Israel's crime! No more money on Israel's crime!
if you're able to share this, then please make sure to share the stream so people can be included.
Stop the hate! Stop the killing! Stop the hate! Israel's a racist state! Israel's a racist state! Free Palestine! Joe Biden, you will see! Joe Biden, you will see! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! All right, y'all gotta be a little bit louder because we're about to introduce our first speaker, all right? Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
All right, y'all. I'm about to introduce a very good friend, a person who has been with the Florida Palestine Network, who's from Gaza, whose family's from Gaza, who has lost loved ones. I want you all to listen to his story, share his story, and please give it up for Maran Al-Dada.
Thank you, everyone. So it's really a sad day. Right before I walked on the stage, I just heard that my family's house in Gaza was bombed. So just keep them in your prayers. Alhamdulillah, no one was hurt. I don't know the extent of the damage, but just keep them in your prayers. So 75 years ago, Palestine was stolen. 75 years ago, the ethnic cleansing of Palestine started. The genocide of an entire nation started. 75 years of death, destruction, genocide, killing, murder, all kinds of crimes you can dream of was perpetrated against a nation, a peaceful nation that existed in its homeland for thousands of years. For thousands of years, a Zionist militia started murdering, genociding, ethnically cleansing an entire nation from their homeland. Shame, certainly shame. Supported by the entire civilized world, the Zionist militias have dropped 4,000 tons of bombs on Gaza in 6 days. That's equivalent to what the United States dropped in its war against Afghanistan on an entire year. 4,000 tons of bombs.
Wow.
As of now, 619 children were killed. 619. I personally have lost family members in this round. So just keep them in your prayers. So, and on top of all of that, the President of the United States, which was founded on a stolen land, by the way, comes on a national stage and lies justifying ethnically cleansing another people's land. The Zionists are trying to complete the job they started in 1948. They're trying to ethnically cleanse 2.2 million civilians out of Gaza. They're trying to kill every Palestinian. They want to destroy the Palestinian people. They want to finish the job that Ben-Gurion started in 1948. But we will tell them, this is a losing fight. You cannot fight the Palestinian people. Ben-Gurion said, the old will die, the young will forget. Guess what? The young is here is fighting you. The young is here standing up for you. The young is here to tell you enough is enough. The young is here to stand for injustice. We are standing against injustice because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are here to tell Joe Biden and Netanyahu, you are against, this is a losing fight for you. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it always bends towards justice. We are here to tell them that Zionism is racism. Zionism is supremacy. Zionism is the extinction of settler colonialism. Zionism is going to end. This is going to end. The Palestinian people are rooted in their land. The Palestinian people will not go anywhere. The Palestinian people will live, and the people in Gaza will prevail. So as I'm scrolling through social media, I see a lot of you are engaged, posting, which is good. It's our duty and responsibility to educate people, to counter this fake news media campaign that's being perpetrated and painting the Palestinian people as barbaric, as terrorists. We're here. It's our duty and responsibility to educate everyone we know. It's our duty and responsibility to tell the whole world that Palestinian people are the victim of settler colonialism.
Yeah, I'm glad I came out.
So we're not going to be just here whenever there is a bombing in Gaza. We're going to always remain engaged. We're going to demand from our representatives to stop military aid to the terrorist regime, to the terrorist Zionist regime that's killing civilians.
Just let me know if the sound is okay for everybody that's watching.
So always remain engaged, please. This is the lives of innocent people that rely on you in raising their voice, delivering their message. We are against a massive media machine that was designed to spread propaganda, fake news, and lies, and spreading the interest of a select few. We're always going to stand up and say, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Thank you, everyone.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. My name is Reem. I am a Muslim, Palestinian mother, organizer, and attorney. And this is my testimony as the child of Palestinian refugees. If anyone thinks we have lost hope, you are mistaken. Yes, we have lost hope in our local and global leaders. Yes, we have lost hope in the United Nations. Yes, we have lost hope in our neighboring brothers and sisters. Yes, we have lost hope in the systems that pretend to protect us. But we have not lost hope in our collective power. We have not lost hope that the world will hear us. They will see us as a whole and wake up and realize that this genocide is being live streamed.
Does it sound a little bit better?
Most importantly, we will never lose hope in the power that is greater than the so-called Israel and US. We rely only on God and his perfect plan, and we certainly will never lose hope in Allah. To those who say that Palestinian resistance is unprovoked, shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them! We have been witnessing this deliberate ethnic cleansing for we wake up daily to the news of another murder in Palestine. Every day, very often, a child. Every day, the occupation forces kidnap Palestinians from their bed in the middle of the night, from their mother's arms, and hold them in cells indefinitely. With no charges, no trial, no due process, their only crime, being a Palestinian and occupied state of Israel holds over 5,000 Palestinians captive, including many children. The number of lives the occupation destroys increases by the minute. Gaza is under attack now. Children are dying right now. Genocide is happening now. And the siege on Gaza and the occupation now.
You like to?
I want to thank you all for your courage in standing against the US-funded genocide of the Palestinian people. We need you to continue to be brave like you are today. You came here, despite the police violence and increased surveillance against protesters worldwide. Remain steadfast and patient. Our unified voice will inspire others to be brave and stand against the imperial rule machine. We are on the right side of history. Woo! Our bravery is our resistance. Our faith, even when it shakes, is our resistance. The truth is resistance. Our vision for liberation for everyone is our resistance. Our unwavering belief that God is the greatest power and our reliance only on Him is our resistance. This is our role. This is our responsibility. Speak a word of truth in the face of an unjust ruler. Stand against the oppressors. Support the Palestinian right to resist colonization. And amplify the voices of Palestinians who have been under constant and continuous colonial violence for a century. The testimony of Palestinian survivors has gone unheard for far too long. I'm honored and heartbroken to be able to share the testimony of my cousin Rana, who was born in a refugee camp in Gaza and has been imprisoned in a concentration camp for 16 years. She wrote this on October 12th, before the occupation cut their internet. She wrote this for you to hear. Everyone is running and telling their story with this horror, the darkness, total darkness, no electricity or lighting. There is one who says she hugged her children, and the old woman tells of the pain in her heart as she puts her hand on it. And the child who says how he saw the fire caused by the bombing, while the neighbors took shelter in the open for days. We are cut off from the world, and the world is cut off from us. In Gaza, there are days without any internet. We hear the bombing and we don't know where it's coming from. Suddenly we hear about the loss of people whose presence had meaning in our lives. They threaten us with cutting off water and food, when all we want is freedom. And we want our full rights to live as human beings with dignity. But how can this be in a world of double standards? And all the fingers of blame are on you, and no one sees the truth. It is as if they don't want to see it. A besieged people without the slightest of their rights. No water, no food, no electricity, no medical treatment, and no safety. We have no supporters, no help, and nobody seems to understand the fact that there are people here who at any moment may be erased from the civil registry, with their dreams, with their bodies, with their free spirits, and with their sin that the world gave them, that they are Palestinian. In Gaza, here, our connection and prayer remains with God Almighty. And praise be to God, no matter what. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen ala kulli hal. نحن صابرون ونحن صامدون. بالروح بالدم نفديك يا أقصى I feel like I aged myself because I wrote my speech on paper. Like Rasha said, I'm the manager of political partnerships for the Movement for Black Lives. I'm also a resident here in Orlando on the 6th generation Floridian. It is a great privilege, honor, and deep responsibility, okay, Win, to stand alongside my Palestinian comrades. As a Black person in America, I understand that we need to continue to strengthen our collective efforts for a free Palestine in the pursuit of liberation, justice, and freedom for all oppressed people everywhere. For 75 years, the military occupation and apartheid regime has only intensified, leaving a trail of violent trauma on indigenous Palestinians. I know mass media is painting a picture, but don't be fooled by those who hold power. We must persistently call out the role of the U.S. government in aiding in apartheid and war crimes, with giving billions of dollars to Israel. These are taxpayers' dollars, y'all. Our dollars are going towards war crimes, occupation, apartheid, and genocide. We want to demand a ceasefire now and to block that said genocide. And in the words of the great Assata Shakur, it is our duty to fight for our freedoms. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Give it up for Jan. So I want to introduce our next speaker, who is a young but bold organizer who has been throwing down for the Florida Palestine Network, who has been leading this mobilization. Give it up for Noor Head.
Hello.
Free Palestine! There are entire family trees getting wiped off the Gaza civilian registry. While we sit here, one day you have a family as a Gaza, and the next day there's not a single person left. Multi-generational family trees are on the ground. And they want to see that that's not genocide. I want to take a moment to talk about the pinkwashing of Israel's crimes. There's no doubt, not a single ounce of doubt, Israel is not, will never be, and has never been a place that supports women's rights. That's what the media wants you to believe. They want you to think that Palestinians are savages, whatever language they use. But the reality is that women's rights, women's safety has always been at the forefront of the movement to free Palestine. In the Sobra and Shatila massacre, a pregnant woman was dissected by Israeli occupation forces. Her stomach was cut open, and they took the fetus out and watched him die. That's what inhumane Israeli savages do to Palestinians. Israeli soldiers have been found so many times to rape young Palestinian girls. Israeli guards rape Palestinian women to force them to confess to crimes they didn't do. That is Israeli terrorism. To rape and mutilate Palestinian women and girls. Can you imagine? Sexual violence as a means of controlling Palestinians is a vile, disgusting tool of the oppressive Israeli occupation. And we have a duty, a responsibility to talk about those crimes. Every member of Congress that is giving support to Israel's terror state is supporting the rape of Palestinian women and girls. They want to preach women's rights. They want to talk about feminism in America. None of it is real. As long as we're funding Israel's rape of Palestinian women and girls. for cross.
Today and every day, we have to change the media narrative. We have to keep using our voice, even as it shakes, even as awful as it is to talk about the rape of Palestinian women and girls. We have a duty to demand that America stop funding and financing sexual violence and oppression of women. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
All right. We all understand that our interconnectedness between different struggles is deep. They say that fighting for Palestine is a litmus test. Because if you can fight for a free Palestine, you can fight for all people. They used to say Palestinians fight like heroes, but it's the heroes that fight like Palestinians. We're all here today because we are sick and tired. We are sick and tired of the media. We are sick and tired of the White House. We are sick and tired. We don't understand that the root of this violence is 75 years of occupation. It's 16 years of the siege on Gaza. That is the only reason there is violence. We understand how easy the solution is. They will make you believe that this solution is not easy. The solution is to end an illegal occupation of the Palestinian people. The solution is to end a 16-year blockade on an open-air prison in Gaza of the Palestinian people. The solution is easy. When I tell you all, the interconnectedness is deep. When Black lives are murdered by the state, Orlando Police Department got trained in Israel. When undocumented people are put in cages, it is the same material that they use on our people in Palestine. I want to introduce you to my sister in the struggle who has been fighting alongside me over the years. From Mexico to Palestine, we will be free. Give it up, everybody. Palestine to Mexico! Border walls have got to go!
Palestine to Mexico! Border walls have got to go!
Palestine to Mexico! Border walls have got to go!
Palestine to Mexico! Border walls have got to go!
Hi everyone, it's a true honor to be here. I am here, my name is Anayeli. I am here as a Mexican immigrant. I am here as a mother. I am here as a friend. But most importantly, I am here as a human being. And this issue is not exclusive to people in Palestine. This issue should matter to all of us, regardless of where we come from. As Rosha just mentioned, none of us are going to be free until all of us are free. And it begins with Palestine. I started to learn about the Palestinian struggle when I met Russia, and I became more invested. I have a bachelor's in international affairs, and I had the opportunity to take a class specifically on the Palestinian and Israeli conflict.
And let me tell you, it changed my life. It has been, ever since, it has been a true passion for me to be able to share with the people that I know, with my community, that can sometimes be so detached from the struggles that are happening on the other side of the world. Because we're so focused on what's happening to us here, which of course is hard. But we have to hold space for folks that are fighting a similar fight. Because if we're not all free, none of us are going to be free. It is our responsibility for those of us who are educated to educate the folks in our families, to educate our friends, to educate the communities that we live in. Because these are important issues that are trying to be erased from the Western media, that are trying to be erased in general. The Palestinian people will never be erased. No matter how much they try, the Palestinian people will prevail. Because they have been fighting, not only in the past week, they've been fighting for almost a century. 75 years of occupation, 75 years of genocide, of colonial settlerism. It's enough. And we have to be, this is not a time to be neutral. I see so many posts about people being neutral. We cannot afford to be neutral. This is the time to take a step. And our step is going to be recorded in history. And in a couple of years, you better be proud of the stance that you took today. We demand that our tax dollars stop being used for the genocide in Palestine, that we stop funding a barbaric army in Israel whose only mission is to erase the people of Palestine. They tried for so many years, but we're not going to let it happen. They are so resilient, and we have to fight alongside of them to be able to amplify their voices that they have tried to silence so hard. Because they know that they are loud. We have to take action by educating others, by demanding that our representatives in Congress, that our senators are on our side, because they represent us, the people who are on the right side of history with our people in Palestine. So please take action, write those letters, call your representatives, and make sure that you are on the right side of history, because one day you don't want to make the mistake of being on the wrong side. So thank you so much, and free Palestine!
Hey everyone, my name is Lamia Mokaddam. I was born in Beirut, Lebanon, immigrated to the US with my family. I don't really know what more there is to say. I feel like all the information is out there at this point. It's are you a white supremacist or not? So at one point, Israel had occupied Lebanon as well. My dad still has a bullet hole in his abdomen from them shooting him. His business is closed down from them bombing them. And our house was also blown, rubble on the floor, and all we've got left are stones from it. Thankfully, Lebanon is no longer occupied, but we still stand in complete solidarity with Palestinians. So if anyone from any oppressed background, from any marginalized community should already know that our support for Palestine and for the people of Palestine, and right now especially for Gaza, needs to be entirely unwavering. We don't engage in two-side rhetoric, none of it. It's free Palestine, it's center Palestinian voices from the river to the sea. Free Palestine. I'm about to bring up a comrade that's been there every step of the way, from Black Lives Matter to Free Palestine to any movement in the city. David?
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
I'm feeling heavy. Let me even take off the shades because I want to take a moment before I start speaking to just, like honor the pain that we're feeling, right? Honor the suffering that Palestinian people are going through. Honor the lives that are being lost in this moment. So if you all can join me in just like a moment of silence, you can take a breath. I want to ground myself. I cry with Gaza. I cry with Palestine. This isn't the first time that we've been here asking to stop the siege, stop the genocide, stop the killing of Palestinian people. I learned so much from my sisters, my comrades that have put this event together. From Palestinian women, I'm learning that fearlessness is a farce, right? But courage isn't. So even in the face of hatred, even in the face of being silenced, they continue to speak up, to speak out against the genocide of their people. Palestinian people are my people. Palestinian people are my people. As we've heard, there is no Black liberation without Palestinian liberation. There is no American liberation without Palestinian liberation. There is no peace in Ukraine without peace in Palestine. There is no peace without liberation. I am very clear in this moment that I need to speak out for and be with the Palestinian people. I am clear that the same voices that are silencing us, condemning Palestinians for daring to dream of liberation, for daring to escape from the world's largest open-air prison, shame on them. Those are the same voices that were silent when Trump was calling migrant folks rapists and murderers. Where were they then? Where were they when an American journalist was killed by Israeli forces? Where were they then? Shame on them. We know that those are the exact same voices that placed Augusto Pinochet in Argentina, a ruthless dictator. And they killed, through a coup, Salvador Allende, democratically elected leader. Those are the same people that were silent when in my native Colombia, a genocide occurred. Alvaro Uribe killed 6,400 poor farm workers, all in a farce, and was lying to the people. These are the same forces that are sending the African Command to terrorize and to continue the terror of the African continent, the continent of my ancestors. These are the same people that are just protecting their greedy capitalist interests. Yeah, I can't stand in the face of white supremacy, and I can't stand in the face of Zionism. I cannot accept it. I need to speak out in this moment. And I want to use this opportunity to really call in someone who was alongside with me in 2020 when Israeli tear gas, Israeli pepper spray was used against us here in Orlando at the hands of Orlando Police Department and Orange County Sheriff's Office. I want to call in a friend of mine that was there in that moment. I want to call in someone that every time he spoke, he said to me, we need to see the world through the eyes of the most vulnerable.
He said these words to me, and I want to call in Congressmember Maxwell Alejandro Frost in this moment. He needs to re-engage in conversations with the Palestinian community of his district here in Orlando. He needs to call it what it is. It's fucking Zionist Israeli terror happening to the Palestinian people. We need his leadership in this moment. We need the youngest Gen Z member of Congress who is celebrity status beloved to also speak out against Israeli terror of Palestinian people. We need him to commit. Congressmember, we need you to commit to not voting to give over $1 billion to the state of Israel to continue the genocide of Palestinian people. We know no money for war. We can't feed the poor, Tupac.
Yep.
You know, and all of us that are here, we're not bystanders. All of us that are here, we're not just, you know, on the sidelines seeing this happen. We are protagonists in this story. The same way that I am committing to reaching out to our Congress member to not give money for terror and the terrorizing of Palestinian people, I want all of you, take out your phone. Right now, I'm looking at y'all, take out your phone. Set a reminder for yourself. Okay, the link is on the Instagram. Take out your phone and send him a message. Call his office. You call that congressional office. You send yourself a reminder to just do it. Because we are protagonists in this tale. Everyone that is here with the same energy, with the same drive that drove you to come here, we need our elected officials here in Orlando to also be on our side. Y para mi comunidad hispanohablante, para los que hablamos español, no podemos estar parados en los lados en este momento. No podemos cerrar los ojos al sufrimiento de la comunidad palestina. No se puede. Tenemos que, si estamos por la liberación de Puerto Rico, te veo, si estamos por la liberación de los pueblos, si estamos en contra de los genocidios en otros países, tenemos que estar en contra del genocidio de la comunidad palestina. Nosotros también tenemos voz. Las mismas voces que están condenando al derecho de la comunidad palestina de ser libre son las mismas voces que se quedaron callados cuando nos llamaron personas ilegales, cuando nos dicen que somos criminales, cuando nos dicen que no tenemos puesto en este país. Mis padres vinieron a este país porque en Colombia había hambre. ¿Por qué en Colombia había hambre? Por el Estado de los Estados Unidos y la explotación del pueblo colombiano. Por políticas de muerte. El presidente de Colombia me da esperanzas. Hace semanas en las Naciones Unidas, él habló sobre el pueblo palestino. Él dice que hay que tener conferencias de paz. Y eso tiene que suceder. Y él no es el único, pero esas voces están siendo silenciadas. Como dije en inglés, nosotros somos protagonistas de esta historia. Recojan sus teléfonos también y hagan conmigo. Mándenle un mensaje a nuestro congresista. Mándese un mensaje ahora para que usted se recuerde que el lunes llamemos a la oficina del congresista. Dígale no más a la guerra. Dígale que voten no cuando $1 billón y más esté yendo para la masacre de las comunidades en Gaza. Libertad para la tierra, libertad para el pueblo y libertad para Palestina. In closing, free the people, free the land, free Palestine! Free Palestine! Thank you.
¡Viva, viva Palestina! ¡Viva Palestina! Free Palestine! All right, y'all. It's getting hot. we're about to march, and right after this, right after I talk about our demands, so we have people, it's very important. We have people, Lamia in the back, everyone wearing a vest. Lamia is the lead for the march. So we're going to follow Lamia and her team's lead, okay? And we're gonna protest, we're gonna scream, we're gonna shout, and we're gonna demand free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Gaza!
Free Gaza!
All right, y'all, my name is Rashi Mubarak. Yeah, I'm a daughter of Palestinian immigrants. I was born in New York, but I've been in Orlando since 5 years of age. I am a product of the Orange County public school system. The same Orange County public school system that sent out an Islamophobic email putting our children in danger. Same law enforcement chief Mina, whose dad is Palestinian, was forced out of his home. He sent out a message to protect only one community. We talked to him, we told him that our community will not be intimidated, but the Palestinian people will remain resilient. We're sending a message to Florida, our elected officials, the White House, and to the world that the Florida Palestine Network, Floridians, residents, people of conscience, stand with Palestine unequivocally. David talked about it a little bit, but we cannot just gather, we cannot just convene, we cannot just yell and scream and post it to social media. Our people deserve more than that. Our people deserve us to stand and to demand for their freedom and for their justice. We need everybody to pull out your phone. Go to the Florida Palestine Network. You can just search FPN. If you click on the link tree, there are 2 important links. The very first one, you will fill it out. Because when you fill it out, you are demanding that unelected officials that represent us condemn Israel's atrocities. You are demanding that they stop sending military aid to murder, dispossess, displace our people. You are demanding that Israel's atrocities end. You are demanding that our people are protected and that they receive basic human rights. If you open up the link, I need you to scream, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
All right, I need someone to tell me what number we're at with the petition. So by the time we march, anybody see the number at the top? Scream it out. 177! We can do better, Orlando! I need to see that double, all right? I need you, the Palestinian people need you. This is not supposed to be magical. It's supposed to be hot under the blazing sun. It's supposed to be exhausting. It's supposed to be a moment of solidarity where you feel uncomfortable, where you feel hopeless, you feel hopeful, you feel all the emotions. We are doing the bare minimum. Complete the petition. Stand in solidarity with your people. All right, y'all. I know that you all know this and you don't need me to say it. But The murder of the Palestinian people will not go unaccounted for. We have to get it right. I need my people. I need everybody that has children to talk with your kids. Teach them our history. Because some of the messaging is irresponsible. Stop pandering to these two sides. There's one side of the oppressors and one side of the oppressed. We need you to stand tall and proud and say free Palestine, period. Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. It is our Jewish allies who stand with us. Our Jewish allies are Black and brown, Indigenous, Latinx, further marginalized communities that stand with us. When I talk to you all, you have to understand the context. The root of all this is, say it with me, 75 years of occupation. 16 years of the siege on Gaza. It is really a apartheid system. That is the only reason Palestinians have a right to resist. Do not be scared, because when they're talking about Ukrainians being heroes, it is the Palestinian people that continue to be disparaged. We have been fighting for liberation, for freedom, for justice for 75 years. Gaza has been under siege for 16 years. Let's do it real quick. Gaza's not a country. Gaza is an open-air prison. Someone in Gaza said, we're no longer a prison. We've been flattened. We've been displaced. We've been dispossessed. Imprisonment means you've done something wrong. The people of Palestine have done nothing wrong. They've been the oppressors. When you talk about self-determination, you talk about the right to defend yourselves. We're not going to get into sanctions. We are talking about the Palestinian people, the Palestinian people, the Palestinian people who will respond to 75 years, who will respond to 16 years. It is our duty to at least speak up, be bold. Know your history, know the understanding of what it means. Gaza right now is being murdered. There's no food, there's no water, there's no medicine, there's no fuel, there's no gas. People are literally being starved. It is collective punishment to the very definition. They are not responsible for their own oppression. The Palestinian people, they're trying to do another Nakba. When you look at 1948, 1967, everything in between, and here we are, 2023, waiting to be free. The Palestinian people are not going to wait. They will fight, they will resist, and they will be free. Listen, there is grief, there is mourning. This can be sometimes something we cannot comprehend. Nobody wants children to be murdered. Nobody wants lives lost. But we all know that peace is only achievable when there is justice. Peace is only achievable when there is freedom. Peace will only happen when there's liberation of my Palestinian people. All right, what number are we at on the petition? 262, beautiful. Keep filling it out. Are you all ready to march? 3.8 billion taxpaying dollars a year goes to Israel. Every single year, and they're advancing more and more. They talk about, when you walked, I'm sure, to Lake Eola Park, you probably walked around, you saw 3, maybe 2 people experiencing homelessness. People cannot pay for their student debt. People don't have access to Medicare. We're not helping our people here, but we're sending money to kill, displace, and dispossess the people. Does that make sense? Understand your rights. This is very important. We have people, undercover agitators, taking pictures, taking video, proceed at caution. We have people getting door knocked by the FBI. When I tell you, know your rights. Do not let any kind of law enforcement, especially the FBI, into your homes without a warrant. The minute you allow them in your house, you forfeit your rights. Please step outside, close the door, ask for a business card. Do not speak. Say, my lawyer will contact you. Know your rights, because the Palestinian students on campuses, people are losing their jobs, people are getting threatened, but we have to know our rights, continue to fight collectively. Please understand, this is your civil liberty, and it is our duty as Palestinians to continue to fight. All right, y'all, are you ready to march? Yeah. All right, perfect. I'm gonna need you all to scream, to yell, to chant, to be united. Because, you know, 2021 was beautiful, how we showed up for Palestinians. It is a collective power that scares them. When they see people united, fighting for justice, it is that will threaten them. So we need to continue to be steadfast in our fight for justice, liberation, and freedom for the Palestinian children, the Palestinian families, some only one sole survivors of families of 15 buried under rubble. All right, so I'm going to do some chants as our march leads get ready. Lamia gets ready. So scream with me, start to move if able to. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
There's a flag right there with Leah and Lamia. So you're going to start to march behind her. We're going to walk around the lake, and then we will march to City Hall. All right? We have water, fruits, snacks. If you feel dehydrated, if you feel like your stomach feels uneasy, please, we have snacks. Ask one of the organizers, they should have tape. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
All right, everybody. So we're now engaging in the march. So what's up?
Palestine will be free!
So if you go on social media, especially Twitter, then you go Florida Palestinian Network. That's what it's called. So I think it's also on Facebook too, Sheila. So just letting you know.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Yep. We deep. We,
Free Palestine! 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 Free Palestine!
all the police over there following along. Excuse me. I'm an independent journalist that is out here. Is it okay if I interview and just ask you?
Okay, sure.
That's fine. Okay. So, hi, my name is James, and I'm with, I have my own channel on YouTube. I'm also part of Revolutionary Blackout Network. And so we're talking to people and asking them, why are you out here marching along for Palestinian rights?
I'm out here because I'm always going to be on the side of the oppressed. Injustice everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're here for Black Lives Matter. We're here for Palestine. We're here for Palestine.
Yeah.
Injustice that's happening in the world.
Of course. So what do you say to people who say that Israel has a right to defend themselves. What do you say to that?
It doesn't, it's not, it's like a statement that everyone has learned. It's like a trigger statement. It doesn't mean anything.
Of course. So,
because the ones who have the right to defend themselves are Palestinians.
yeah. Can you kind of square the circle regarding Palestinians and what indigenous people in the country has been going through? Is there, in your eyes, a link between what the indigenous in the United States have been through versus what Palestinians are going through?
What I think whatever the Palestinians are going through is nowhere near what the indigenous are going through here. I mean, you have no water, you have no electricity, like you have nothing. You're starving to death. Everyone in the world thinks, like, America thinks it's okay, and then you're going to say Israel has the right to defend themselves? How is that a right to defend yourself when you're starving innocent people?
Of course. Yeah. And as we have been learning recently, is that the average age of Palestinians is about 18 years of age, right?
And all children.
Yeah.
Most of them are children. And why are they all children? Because they've been being bombed for the last 70 years. And all the adults keep dying. All that's left is children. Now they've been killing children too. Did you know that in the United Nations that are in southern Gaza trying to help as a shelter for all these people, that there are 50,000 pregnant women there?
You watch out.
50,000 pregnant women are right now seeking shelter in South Gaza in the United Nations shelter. And 5,000 of them are ready to deliver food. So how many, like that average of life, or the average age is going to go even lower.
So what do you say to the people who claim to be pro-life, who are siding with Israel?
They need to side with the right. They need to side with pro-life. Of course, they have to side with pro-life. It doesn't make any sense.
There was recently a video that was shared of a fetus that had died that they were showing in a Palestinian hospital. And it was basically a caption said it one of the martyrs of the genocide in Palestine. So as far as what it appears is that the people who support the Israeli occupation, is it really hypocrisy that they are saying that they're pro-life, but they are advocating for destruction? And
it's hypocrisy, but it's not their fault because they're being fed lies. They don't know.
So
all the media, they just keep showing one side.
Yes. So what is your message to the ABC News and the CNNs and Foxes and MSNBCs?
Not blocking the truth. Not blocking the truth. Show footage from Gaza. Show footage from inside Palestinian hospitals.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but recent news has come out about people like Ayman Mohadin, Ali Velshi.
They block them.
Yes.
Block their shows.
Yes.
They cannot, that's not right.
And these are Muslim brown anchors. Yes. Free Palestine! Palestine! Don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! 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 Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Hallelujah to the sea! Palestine will be free!
to the sea. Palestine will be free. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free Palestine. Yes, let's go. Occupation has got to 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 go.
Yo, I'm so happy I came. Yeah.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Sorry.
Free, free Palestine! 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 Free Palestine! Free, free! Free, free Palestine! Palestine will never die! Just because I let you cry! Palestine will never die! Gaza, don't you cry! No, Palestine will never die! Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Thank you.
Free, free Palestine! 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 Free.
I would leave, but I'm not Palestinian. I don't want to do. I think it's better for. I don't want to center myself because I'm not Palestinian, you know. But I just want to join in the chant because it's about centering the voices of the people who are here right now. So. I'm in the choir. I'm not solo. I'm also interviewing people and asking them their reasons for being in. Which is that okay if I interview you for a second? Okay. Let me shut my camera around for a second. I'm literally live right now with people watching. And as far as your reasons for being here, why are you out here supporting the Palestinian people? Of course. So what do you say to people who say, well, Israel has a right to defend itself? What is your response to that claim?
Defending itself against the people with no army, no water, no electricity. Defending themselves against children. Children and 2.1 population in Gaza.
Can you kind of do a link, basically from 30,000 feet in the air? Can you do a link between what is going on between those of us, like for instance, I'm a black person in the United States. Can you, square that circle and how our liberation is linked? Yes. 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 A lot of people don't realize that people like Kwame Ture and Angela Davis have also spoke out in defense of the Palestinian people. From what we've learned and from what we know is that the IDF actually trains the police force here in the United States, which targets people like myself as well as people like yourself. So I think that's an important note that, for all the black brothers and sisters that may be watching, how important is it that they are also aware of the situation going on in Gaza?
Tell you something real quick. Both sides is equal to all lives matter.
Mm-hmm.
So when people are saying both sides are mattering, they're saying that the Palestinians do not matter because they are being the ones that are killed. They're
Perfect.
being annihilated.
Mm-hmm.
Not Israelis.
Mm-hmm. And what is your message to the I like to call them the corporate media, like MSNBC, Fox News, New York Times, and CNN? What is your message to them?
Shame on you. Shame on you for supporting me.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you for supporting the murder of my people.
Thank you very much. And thank you for sharing. I know this is a very difficult time, and my heart is with you and the Palestinian people as well. Because because we're all in this together. Nobody's free until we're all free. And here's one thing I want to say: if you support land back, you need to support land back for the Palestinian people as well. Because if you support land back for the indigenous here, you need to support land back for indigenous everywhere, right? All right. Thank you so much, sis. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you too. So this is one of the reasons why we got to talk about this. This is absolutely important because if people are encouraging settler colonialism, then you're going to be wiping out entire groups of people. And there's a lot of over half of people who are in Palestine are under the age of 18. So what danger is a child to you? Children are not a danger to you. You create revolutionaries by oppressing people. If you want to end them fighting for their rights, then you give them what is duly theirs, is their land, and end the occupation now. Because the thing is, if you keep this occupation going, then they're going to continue to fight, for their liberation. If you really want to end this, give their land back. That's the point. And a lot of times people don't realize that. If you're defending the settler colonial state of Israel, then you are defending the genocide. That's basically what it is. So, yeah. And if you have not, if you guys can get out, if possible, I know some people aren't able to, but get out and use your collective voice in this as well. Because this is very important. What is your opinion of the turnout of this rally?
This is amazing. It's a sea of people just going back in.
Let me see if I can interview this gentleman here. Excuse me. Hi, I'm with I have a channel on YouTube. I was wondering if I can interview you really quick. Okay. My name is James Fowler. I have a channel called Jaybe. What we're doing is I'm interviewing people and asking them why they're out here. There's a very great and rousing speech from you earlier. If you can tell the audience why, especially those of us who are Black, why we should be more vested interest in the liberation of Palestine.
The weapons that are being used against us likely came from Israel. The IDF and other Palestinian Israeli forces are also training police here in the United States.
Absolutely.
Palestine in 1948, when Israel actually became a country and they started the killing of Palestinian people.
Yeah.
And as a Black person, we see that there was a Black woman who was actually found lynched on a tree here in Orlando.
Yes, I heard about that.
And the police automatically, without actually doing any kind of investigation, they ruled it a suicide. And they've been ignoring the family and dodging them. So I can't be for affordable housing for my Black community with being okay with the displacement of Palestinian people.
Yes.
I can't be for Black Lives to Matter while literally, as we speak, Gaza is being flattened and settlers are being armed who have been manipulated by the Zionist people in Israel to actually start shooting and killing civilians, Palestinian civilians, in the land that was taken from them. So it's just really important. I believe in Black liberation. I believe in freedom from oppression. I believe that the moment that we're in is really calling us all to take further action. Absolutely. That's why I mentioned that our Congress member here, at least, I give him to his credit, he's not repeating the same hate towards Palestinians like others. And that's why I believe we have an opportunity. And we need people to actually give him a call. Call him, give him a call and not shaming him, not calling him out, but actually bringing him in. We need to bring in people into our movement, to not exclude people. We need to call them and tell them to not vote for over $1 billion on top of billions of dollars that is already going towards warmongering and genocide.
Palestinian people. It feels kind of like Maxwell Frost is a bit of, from what I'm a lot more critical of him than some, especially in his turning his back. Sorry, little one. Of Palestinian people. It feels like really the only one that truly is speaking out is people like Rashida Tlaib. But even then, she runs from questions.
And I think that we have to really think of what's the system of the United States government.
Absolutely.
These are the same people that are responsible for, in the same system, right? That's responsible for the invasion of Iraq, where over 1 million Iraqis were killed. 20-year war in Afghanistan, and what did we get? and more a stronger Taliban now in charge in a more official way.
Yes.
You know, like war is not the answer, more oppression is not the answer, silence is not the answer. But at least he's sharing, you know, things, and at least he is speaking out. Because where are we? Where is the line of demarcation? You know, like what are we hearing at mass? You know, and at least he's recognizing the humanity of Palestinian people. And that's why I say we need to call him. You know, we really need to reach out to him because no matter what, he's our congressional member, and we live here. And look at the people, we're in the thousands here. I would argue tens of thousands. So we have that potential to really make a shift. All a different narrative.
Absolutely. And as far as, you know, people who have been fighting for the liberation, you know, you have people like Nelson Mandela, Kwame Ture, Cabral,
these folks were,
the Black Panthers too.
All these folks were in prison for years. You know, and what I love about South Africa, it's one of the very few countries that actually has officially sanctioned the state of Israel for their crimes against Palestinian people. So we really need to take a lead from these places. We really think about the liberation in Africa and what's happening with the African Command right now. There's plans to build a pipeline from Africa to Europe. You know, and that's right now there's an arms race, and it's from the European powers, from the French, from the Germans, from the European Union. So, you know, we have to be against that too, and we have to speak. If I speak again at City Hall, I think I need to emphasize those points as well. The liberation of women.
Of course, and you know, you know, a lot of people have been trying to tell me that, you know, as a gay man, that I shouldn't be, you know, fighting for the liberation of Palestinians because there may be some groups that do not agree with the life that I have.
The same people that are saying that to you are silent when every fucking thing else is going on.
Absolutely.
You know, at least you're standing up for something and you believe in something. And you're being a protagonist in this moment, which is super important. So I appreciate you. Appreciate your followers.
Thank you.
You know, reach out to me in the future. And we see each other. Before you leave,
okay, cool. Thank you so much for all your kind words, and thank you so much for speaking out. All right, take care. That's why this is important. Thank you. Good to see you, Justice.
I'm wondering, when these cops listen to this, like, some of them feel like, oh shit, I mean, you think some of them feel something?
Some of them do. They're so focused on earning their paycheck that takes precedence over liberation because they feel like they need to protect the community. But in reality, the people who are doing some of the worst crimes is the state. So you're literally joining a gang in order to, quote unquote, protect people, when in reality, you're not. So that's the point.
How many kids did you kill today?
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free!
Richard Mehurst is this. Oh, are you talking about my channel? Because I know my channel got demonetized. I hope Richard Mehurst is still monetized. Please, don't scare me like that. He does really good work.
Palestine will never die! Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free, 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 free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free Palestine! Palestine. Yes, my channel was demonetized for sharing what was going on in Palestine. So if you guys have not, you guys can contribute to my Patreon if you guys wish. If you guys would like to give me something directly right now, I do have my PayPal in the description as well. Please make sure to like the stream because I need to put this type of information out there. We need to share this, we share it widely, because ultimately what people are going through in that part of the world, we have to feel it within ourselves to also embrace them. We have to see ourselves in them. You can't just sit here. Like, for instance, I always say, leave the world better than you found it, right? And that's the thing. If you don't leave the world better than you found it, you're leaving it worse. You're making it worse. And we want to make it better for everybody, including the most oppressed and marginalized among us. So that's the thing that we have to do. Thank you so much, Justice. Appreciate it. Palestine will be free. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. We're quickly approaching City Hall. Got about 2.5 blocks before we get there. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Hey, yo, what are you saying? How many kids you kidding me? Oh my God, what are you saying? How many kids is kidding me? There's a river coming through. Yeah, me too. But either way, it's still a bop. Yep. Yep. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! I should have bought my charger. I'm down to 19%. I might make it to City Hall. We'll be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. That's not what you say. That's what you say. How many kids you do today? That's not what you say. That's what you say. How many kids you do today? How many kids you do today? What do you say?
Of course, YouTube is doing a lot of censoring right now.
Yeah, of course. Occupation no more. Ah, shit, 78.
Please make sure to share the stream because YouTube is throttling the stream right now.
Occupation no more. Occupation no more. Occupation no more. Palestine will never die. Palestine will never die. It's a shame, Palestine.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. No, I see that little boy. Yeah. With that, everybody, I gotta go. Battery's about to run out, but please continue to tell the truth about what's going on in Gaza. Please continue to stand against the illegal occupation. Do not let this happen. Please speak out if you can, if it's safe for you to do so. My battery's gonna run out soon, so I gotta go. But love to everybody, all occupied peoples. Nobody is free until we're all free. My name is Jaybe. Look, like I always say, water your plants, water yourselves. Leave the world better than you found it. And free Palestine. Love you guys. Take care. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.